Hi, my dear students. Hope you are doing well. In the last class, we studied about industry analysis, where I brought to you the concept of industry, the concept of market, the concept of organizations surviving in the market, competitors, various players, how the economics of competition apply in these markets and industry. And I also briefed you about the various industry analysis technique that was or is available for the students to undertake industry analysis, which includes Michael E. Porter's five forces model, and SWOT or SWOT analysis, BCG's growth matrix, and McKinsey 7S framework, pestle analysis, and also Srinivas University's own home developed ABCD analysis of a phenomena, industry, or a market. Depending or basing upon your understanding of leadership theories that I have told or taught, you must also be able to undertake company analysis for your successful stint in the corporate world. So, therefore, in today's class, I'm gonna brief you or run over as to how a student of undergraduate and postgraduate and a fresh PhD student too can practice industry analysis as a study area for developing expertise. The first and the foremost thing before you apply the research techniques to know an industry, you need to know the core of a industry or a business that is operating in the market. The core of any business is idea. Mark Zuckerberg got an idea by sitting in his dorm room in Harvard that he should be able to use relationship or networking platforms where student can talk to each other before SMS or by time mobile phone had access in college campuses, and swank Facebook was born. Yeah, that's the idea of networking with your friends and peers inside the same campus. So similarly, it goes with any business organization. So when all these businesses as competitors operate in the market, there will be a surge or a bouquet of ideas that is available in the marketplace. So for you to read a industry and its dynamics, you must be able to gauge the business idea. Today, Professor Varun Shenoy would like to, in this class, would like to give a new definition of business. So, business is the craft of using the psychology and science of a phenomena to gain monetarily. So, the standard definition of business is a process or an activity where a goods or service is bought and sold for money is called as business. So, Professor Varun's definition of business would be using your craft to encash the psychology and science of an idea to gain monetarily is called as business. So you as students should able to practice industry analysis by first understanding what is the primary idea behind or what is the mastermind behind every organization's business, what is the mastermind behind the development of an industry and development of a competition. Okay, so how do you do that is a challenge. Okay, now for example, if you take an example of online food delivery, Zomato, Uber Eats, you also have Swiggy. So somebody thought that people don't have time amidst their busy schedule to go and buy food from restaurants. So we can deliver that same food through supply chain transport. Only thing is anyway development of computer have enabled people to order food through online system, and the menu of each restaurants can be posted. So the idea either in Uber or Google was born, but everybody followed it in a different way and to give services in a different way, causing a industry, online food delivery industry became popular. So now let me take this example of online food delivery and inform you that how you can analyze this idea. So, what goes on in people's mind is a haunting question for psychologists many a times. Years of research have been undertaken by psychologists to know what is there inside human mind. Even though they were able or it's possible to know what is there in a human mind 80%, 20% are always chances that they can be different than what you expected. But in business, you have to gamble. Business is gambling, and you must be able to take calculated risk. Now, to practice industry analysis, to know the idea behind anything, you have to first see the trend. Now, trend is something whether it is popular or not, whether the opinion of the people with regards to that is popular or not. For example, sudden surge of profit for sanitizer firms after or during the COVID. So that's a statement. So how can you find it as a leader tomorrow if you also want to start a hand sanitizer organization? You will have to take help of tools, certain tools of industry analysis. The first and the important tool I would like to suggest my students is, please make a note of it. It is called as Google Trends. So tomorrow, if you are undertaking research, either in your MPhil or in your future, okay, or in PhD, you will have to do a trend analysis to know whether that area or a specialization is popular to get you a career or a job. So if you go to Google Trend, you can get a clear idea as to how people have been able to follow it and whether people are consuming it. And you can see that line chart or the volatile lining chart with the arrow, whether it's gone up or it's gone down, you know. So I call it the snake chart. Yeah, the snake coming like this, like this, like this is the chart which will tell you whether that idea has been popular very recently or whether that idea was popular in the historical. So once you know the Google trend, you know the trend of a idea or a organization or its business. Now, as a leader, you would like to start your own business, or as a leader, you would like to diversify your company where you are working. So you will hire certain, consultants, of course, like McKinsey, KPMG, to know how your diversification or starting up of a new business is feasible. But what is the guarantee that whatever is there in your mind is already been there in someone else's mind, and they have already started experimenting on it or implementing on it? So, in a business environment, if one person's mind matches with the other person's mind, it is a copy, isn't it? So, if there is a copy, the other person will have the power to legally sue you or sue your idea. So, in a business or practice, in a business practice or enterprise practice, you have to be different. You have to be plagiarism free. It should show that whatever idea that has been implemented, either to start your own company or as a sales manager or leader, you wanted to diversify to other markets, is your genuine intention, and that you are not disturbing somebody else's existing ideas or practices. Then you have to do a thorough patent analysis. Okay, so after doing the trend analysis, you should do a patent analysis. So now what is patents? So patents is granted by Indian patent offices in case of Indian markets, and USPTO or patent office in case of American markets, that for a period of time that somebody is planning to launch something else. For example, if you are planning to launch a five-wheeled vehicle, okay, just for hypothetically, five-wheeled vehicle. It's a very unique idea. I don't know how it may work. At that moment of time, there should not be another Tom, Dick, and Harry also who have already started the five-wheeled vehicle, and it's already getting rolled out in European markets, maybe, right? So if that is already there and you are investing your sweat, time and blood to develop this five-wheeled vehicle, and finally when you come out to the market, you realize some Tom has already done a five-wheeled and is ready to sell, and one unit is already sold. So the entire effort of your hard work is in ruins or in water. So whenever you have something, an idea that has to be worked upon, and it is got potential to earn money or to earn profit, the advice for you is always check it in your patent, either through your advocate or through your patent channels. For example, Google offers Google patents or patents.google.com. Similarly, you can go to USPTO website and find out whether your idea is already been put to work or task, or whether it has been granted or not. If it is negative, then you have all the luck and chances to file for patent. Why? Whenever you are doing a industry practice, whenever you are getting up your idea, you should always ensure that it is patented, because people might exploit it commercially some in other markets. Okay, so industry practices is risk based when compared to the study of industry practices in academia or in a university. So I urge my students to take a good care of trend analysis through following Google Trends, or go to Google Patents and do a thorough patent analysis. For patent analysis, you can also get help from your attorney, who can check whether such an idea of yours is already been followed, or whether it's implemented. So if someone has already done your idea, then you have to abort that idea and think innovatively and creatively and start a new idea. Okay, so that is one thing. Number two, you should not sit quiet in your quest for innovation and creativity. If you have the same idea, but you can twist it or you can pull it or make it flexible and still able to deliver something uniquely, still it has got patent potential, still it has potential to be commercially exploited and make money. At that moment of time, you have to do the industry analysis technique that I have informed you in the last class. That is all the one which I just mentioned: pestle analysis, SWOT analysis, SWOT, ABCD analysis, McKinsey 7 years framework, BCG growth share matrix, balanced scorecard techniques, Michael E. Porter's 5 forces model. Okay, so these are certain important techniques which you have to apply either to your business plan if you want to be an entrepreneur, or any of your idea if you don't want to be an entrepreneur or you would like to put your idea out in the open. You should always make a SWOT analysis of your decision. So, like this, my dear student, when you are working either in an industry or for a market, you should follow these tools and techniques of to know the idea behind the market, to know the idea behind the company's business. Please use a trend analysis and please use patent analysis or intellectual property analysis, whether it is copyright, whether it is trademarked, okay, so that you are not caught in the glue. Then you have to apply the industry analysis technique which I just explained you, that is useful for you. And before I conclude this session for you, I would like to tell you that there is another important mode of practicing industry analysis, that is case studies. So, in this entire leadership attitude, I have told you the story of how Ratan Tata bought out Nano for the struggling Indian middle class who used to use two-wheeler with 4 family members. Okay, and how Nano captured the market. So similarly, when you see certain case studies, it will give you some insights to do further industry research and keep yourself positioned as to where you should belong in this industry analysis. So once you have completed your analysis of an industry as a practice, you must try to publish, because whenever the patent office or trend analysis is conducted, the concerned authority will do a check for past literature or any past publications, whether it's already been published somewhere. Okay, if the so publication is a record that somebody is already working on it. If an idea is not published and somebody, whoever gets the first patent, you have to publish it in the form of paper and start continuing in the work. So that is why the period of patent in Indian this one setup is 20 years. So inside 20 years you have to have your idea put to work. You should have your idea published in any journal or any industry magazines to know the other industry players that what is going on with this stuff. And also you have to publish one more magazine publication or journal publication on the development of the product and sufficient advertising, and then close it. Inside 20 years, if you are not able to do it, then you have to protect the payment by refiling so that your competitor may not get it off. So such is the world of legal business environment, my dear friends. So this is how you can do a industry analysis practice. So the concept of the journal paper is pretty simple. First, you should get the abstract of the idea that will be patented with certain keywords. Then you have to write a brief introduction. After you have written the brief introduction, you have to write the objective of this industry, that why you are having coming up with this idea and how it's going to benefit. Then you have to write the research methodology. For example, if it's an automobile car, you have to write the production methodology, how what sources of methods of production you're going to use, and you're going to bring up the product. Then you have to sources of data you will have to mention. then you have to show the data analysis and interpretation, or if it is actual work on, then experiment proceedings you have to put. Then finally you have to write down the analysis and interpretation, what is the outcome of such a thing, and the findings and the conclusion, and certain quotation of the references that has been followed. This is the certain popular format that is accepted across journal. So I also urge you to go to scholar.google.com. So Google Scholar is another website that will help you, which runs injunction with the this patents.google.com, which will how a research paper is drafted out of this Google patents or patent related work in a given industry. So my dear students, it is your young time which is good to practice this industry analysis, because end of the day, after you finish your studies, you are going to serve one or more industry, either in the capacity of an entrepreneur or in the capacity of a leader or manager. Okay, so with this, I wish you all the good luck, and hope I was able to enlighten you with your industry analysis. Practice makes a man perfect. So practice, okay. So market practice, industry practice for you people begins today after this lecture. So I wish you all the best. Stay safe and hope to see you soon in the university campus in upcoming days. Bye bye and sayonara.